Do you think that was a Nazi salute that we saw from Elon Musk at Trump's inauguration rally, or can we chalk it up to, as some of his defenders claim, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, autism?
It's kind of unbelievable to see what we saw. It's the inauguration in the United States, and you have a senior official who some people are calling the co-president of the United States because of his massive influence.
The first buddy,
Stands
right?
there and he does what, by any standard, appears to be not just one Nazi salute, but two Nazi salutes. I think, like, people have actually analyzed the physical characteristics of what he did, and I believe that it's what is clear is that what he actually did were Nazi salutes. I mean, we can always debate the intentionality, and why he did those movements. But when you actually play back videos of Nazis who do Nazi salutes, he did exactly what they do. So the physical movements were perfectly mimicked, authentic traditional Nazi salute. And no wonder that actual neo-Nazis and far-right kind of political activists were celebrating, universally, that wow, we got this Nazi energy on the global stage in the seat of the American presidency. Fantastic. So I think that gives us an indication of that's what it looked like, and for us to point that out is not delusional. And I'm firmly of the belief that if someone shows you who they are, you believe them. So that's my take on it. But I think the other kind of way to think about it is, well, I don't want to get into all this stuff about, is it autism or all of that stuff. I mean, this is all kind of just, we're getting into strange territory there. I think, let's just look at what he's actually done. Now that he's bought X, what has he actually done on that platform? And again, the record speaks for itself. He has amplified and enabled and reenacted neo-Nazi accounts and websites. He brought back into activity anti-Semitic accounts, Holocaust denial accounts, neo-Nazi accounts, white supremacist accounts. Even when it came to the far-right riots, the far-right riots in Britain that happened last year, people who were egging those riots on, people like Paul Golding, who is a former leader in the BNP, the British National Party, which is a notorious neo-Nazi group, Holocaust-denying, anti-Semitic. This group is well known, and yet Paul Golding was amplified by Elon Musk. Elon Musk has actually come out and commented on and amplified anti-Semitic comments. There was one famous, it became famous because people were reporting on it, but there was a well-known, there was a quite widely read comment posted by an anti-Semitic account saying that, the Jews are involved in a conspiracy to import immigrants at scale into the West, and this is a threat to the white race. And he replied to that, and he said that this is I can't remember exact words he used, but he endorsed the tweet. So you just have to judge that. Look at Nick Fuentes is another notorious far right activist, Holocaust denier, misogynist. Just find all the pejoratives you can, add them all up, and I think he is them. He was allowed back onto Twitter. He's been amplified, and he was actually celebrating the Nazi salutes that Elon Musk appeared to do. So I don't actually care whether he knowingly did a Nazi salute or didn't. What is absolutely clear, though, is that Elon Musk has been following and amplifying neo-Nazi accounts. He's been reading this material. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's been radicalizing himself by his own platform and found it within himself that doing that movement just made perfect sense. Whether he personally decided that this was a Nazi salute or didn't decide it was Nazi, it was actually kind of besides the point. I'm more concerned about the fact that no one is talking about how he has been, and this platform has been weaponizing, kind of neo-Nazi and anti-Semitic sentiment ever since Elon Musk purchased it. And this is the real issue. Judging a person by their actions, Elon Musk is a Nazi sympathiser. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And the Nazi salute that he did, or apparently did, fits into that. It just fits into that pattern. So I just wonder, where are we? Where this is a debate that we have to have. I mean, this is just a really strange place for us to be.
Yeah, it doesn't help that people are trying to explain it away by saying also that it was a Roman salute. And of course, the Nazi salute was inspired by the Roman salute. So I don't know what we did there. Also, it didn't help that after his saluting, he virtually appeared at the AfD conference and gave a speech there. So within this context, it's exactly like you said. If people show you who they are, you better believe them. No.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the Roman salute thing is, if you look it up, I mean, the Roman salute itself is kind of an invention. There was no actual Roman salute. It's got no historical basis. So it's a modern thing that was associated with modern fascism. So again, it's just like, the question we need to ask is that Elon Musk is not a stupid person. We all agree that. We all know that. Why did he choose to do that? Why did he choose to make an action at this critical time, which sent a signal to neo-Nazis everywhere? And then when he didn't even deny it, he actually just mocked the Holocaust and he made Holocaust jokes, using the names of Nazi war criminals like Goebbels and Himmler, and made some jokes about it, it's all a big joke, to the point that the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, which tried to kind of call for calm and said, look, maybe these are not Nazi salutes. Even they came out and said, whoa, why are you making jokes about the Holocaust in your this is not something to joke about. And so it's obvious that this guy he holds these issues in contempt, and just look at what has happened now with Trump's executive orders and his war on DEI and diversity, equity, and inclusion. One of the things they've done is they've banned people in the military, and I think maybe possibly other parts of the government, from participating and celebrating Holocaust Memorial Day, as part of a whole raft of other things. But this is what we're up against. I mean, so the experiences of a minority like the Jewish minority, and there's other things that they've gone. They've also attacked Martin Luther King's Day, and things like that. So the experiences of minorities like Black communities, Jewish minorities, these historical experiences are not important anymore. That's the message that we're hearing. Why would you not consider those important? I mean, why does America being great again have to involve not thinking about the Holocaust, and not remembering what happened to millions of black people who were enslaved? I mean, it's just bizarre and indefensible and makes no sense.
Please subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, follow on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I've been told I have to say that, otherwise nothing happens. Weird. Also, if you feel like it, support me on Patreon. This is a one-person pod. I do everything myself. There's no team behind me, so please feel free to hop on Patreon and find smart cookies on there. And then last but certainly not least, I have to thank my existing patrons. Tovarishi and Tovarishice, you legends, you. Without you, there would be no pod, which makes you actual producers of this show. So eternal thanks to Jush Premro, Nate Sirk, Goran Ivasic, Anje Sever, Ole, Marin Ferrara, Aljaž Maher, Strole, Aida, Mancian, Miha Medved, Medinho, Goran, Gordon, Lorenzo, Jurečuk, Mila, Carmen, Veronica, and Taichi. Seriously, I'm touched. Thank you so much.